Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how you can interface an Arduino with an 8x8 matrix display and a joystick module. In my case, I'm using an Arduino Uno R3, and this is an MAX7219 matrix display. So let's get started. Now to begin with, we need to understand how an 8x8 matrix display is, how an Arduino board is, and how the joystick module is. So here I have my 8x8 matrix display. Let me just zoom in on that. Yeah. Now if you notice, we have a VCC, a ground, a digital input, a CS, and a clock pin. So here I need to connect this VCC to the 5 volts on my Arduino board. I connect the ground pin to the ground pin again. My clock goes to digital pin 10 on my Arduino. The CS goes to 11 and the clock goes to 12. Once I have connected these, I would have set up my 8x8 matrix display and my Arduino. Now, coming to the joystick module. There are 5 pins here, but we only need 4 of them. So if you notice over here, there is 1 pin for ground, 1 for the voltage, 1 is for the x-axis control, and the other for the y-axis control. We don't need the SW. Okay, so I finally connected my Arduino with my 8x8 matrix display and the joystick module. So let's get to the coding. I'll set up the connections and put up the diagrams in the description. Check them out, the resources, and make sure the connections remain the same, or your code may not work because of wrong connections. So here I have my code for this particular project, and in order to use the matrix display, we need this particular library, LED control.h. I will be including the link in the description for you to download the LED control.h, but you can always download it from Sketch, include library, go to manage libraries, and from here you can always search for the library and download it. For example, LED control. You can always search for it, and here we have it. So this is the model of the matrix display we were using, 7219. Now coming back to the program we have here, I'm using 2 variables, UD and LR, for the analog inputs that we just set up at ports analog 0 and 1. Now here we initialize the LED controller and we set these parameters based on our connections. So port 10 is for digital input, port 12 is for our clock, and 11 is for CS. Now there are 2 really essential functions in any Arduino program, and those are void setup and void loop. The void setup is used for you to initialize variables, objects, or the entire Arduino before it executes the void loop. The void loop is a function which executes endlessly unless you have cut the power supply to your Arduino and this is what we are gonna be working with. So we have initialized the serial input to 9600 and we have turned off power saving, which allows us to enable the matrix display. Please note that this is important, because if not, your matrix display will rarely ever turn up. And this is to set the brightness. So I've set it to maximum, which is 15, and I'm clearing the display to make sure nothing is there, and afterwards we are only going to display 1 pixel. So coming to the while loop over here, I have used the UD, which is for port A1, where I've connected my Y-axis control and LR for my X-axis control. So here I'm using 2 variables, X translate and Y translate, in order to map the values of the matrix display's pixel position. That is, if I move my joystick now, my pixel should move accordingly in that particular direction. So that's what these 2 variables do over here. They map the values and accordingly move the pixel on the display. These lines over here are only essential if you're going to validate, or rather check, the position of the pixel on the serial monitor. The serial monitor is right over here. We don't need this for the moment, so I'll just put that away. Now we come to the main part. After we have cleared the display once, we translate, or rather move, our pixel based on the position of the joystick. If it moves left, the pixel moves left as well. If it's up, the pixel moves forward or up. And this delay is something you really want to change based on your convenience. It's just how long you want this loop to wait for 1 iteration or every time in terms of milliseconds. So let me just compile this, and there we go. And I'll upload it as well into Arduino, and there we go. Now for the execution. Okay, so we have connected our matrix display and our joystick module with our Arduino, and we have uploaded the code to our Arduino board, and now we can finally notice that there is a pixel on our matrix display. So here's a demonstration of what our project can do. If I move this up, the pixel moves up, and it also moves down, left, left, and it can even move diagonally. You can move it anywhere basically on this matrix display. So this is what our project is capable of. So if you guys liked it, please do like the video and subscribe for more content. See you soon.